Let's record an intro too, like an actual intro. Normally what I do is kind of start with every video with like not a blooper, but just like a kind of B-roll or
A cool
outtake. And then
start. Yeah.
yes, exactly.
Yeah. Okay,
Forgot you're a
cool.
pro. You're a
A
pro. Okay.
cold open. Yeah. I think,
So
and
maybe
it's so pretty. Like
yeah.
I'm like this is like a face accessory.
Hi everyone, this is Lin, founder and CEO of Pink Moon. You're watching Heal Week by Smudge Wellness, and today we're doing Gua Shua, which is a holistic health technique that originates from China from over 4,000 years ago. And it's a really great technique for mental, emotional, and physical health. One of the reasons why I launched Pink Moon, one of the inspirations behind it was because I was in a toxic relationship. And after I left that relationship, I really learned to truly enjoy my own solitude, take care of myself and love myself, and take better care of my skin, take better care of my holistic health, mental health, physically, emotionally, and mentally. And so I really wanted to offer these transformative benefits of self-care to other women.
And I'm Sasha Arijanto. I am a lead of fashion and beauty partnerships at YouTube and an all-around advocate and fan of self-care, self-love, and beauty and wellness from within and without. So I'm just excited to be here today and get to learn how to touch my face properly.
And maybe your body too.
And maybe my body
Yeah.
too.
You don't need no man. Honey.
Mm-mm. Just need some rose quartz and a woman to tell me what to do.
The very first product I ever launched under the Pink Moon brand was our rose quartz Gua Shua tool. And I launched it to celebrate my heritage. I'm Chinese American, and my parents incorporated a lot of traditional Chinese medicine or TCM in our household. So in our daily life, there was, goji berries and ginseng and, all kinds of Chinese herbs that are in our soups, our teas, and and Gua Sha was a big part as well. So my mom actually launched her healthcare career at a TCM acupuncture clinic, and that's where she learned a lot about Chinese medicine and gua sha and acupuncture, and so they really incorporated that in our daily family life. And I launched this gua sha tool, one of the reasons, to celebrate my heritage and also to offer women a way to love their skin and celebrate themselves. Because, well, rose quartz, as I know both of you know, that rose quartz celebrates self-love, self-compassion, and kindness. And I really wanted to have a tool to remind women to love themselves. And this rose quartz on the face just feels amazing. Not only are you getting the benefits of the rose quartz, the properties of the self-love, but also because rose quartz is cooling. So it's really great for, puffiness, decreasing inflammation, and rose quartz retains heat. So it's really good for gua sha. And so gua sha is a traditional Chinese holistic massage slash holistic health technique. It originates from China from more than 4,000 years ago, and it was actually traditionally used on the body, which not a lot of people know. They link gua sha to facial, appearance and whatnot, but it actually originated on the body. So it was traditionally used on the body to help aid movement of qi, which is the energy flow, and also increase circulation and release tension. And the literal translation of gua sha in Mandarin means to scrape sand. And so when you are using this tool, you are technically scraping your skin, your muscles, and you get this sha is also the word for the marking, the red marking that you get on your skin when you do gua sha. And for your face, you don't want to do too much sha because that could be potentially not damaging, but you could put too much friction on your face. But when you're doing it on your body, your goal is to get that sha, that redness, because that means that energy is flowing.
Just for everyone watching, I'm using one on my arm right now and it feels so good. I didn't know that. I
Yeah.
definitely associate it with like, let me get some cheekbones
Mm-hmm.
on my face action, but I do like love that I can definitely do this on my body.
Yeah, it's a head to toe, like scalp to literally down to your toe type of technique because, and it's for so like Gua Sha just has so many amazing benefits that's something you could do every day, up to twice a day. So as you mentioned, like Gua Sha is great for cheekbones, like sculpting the face, and then the healing capabilities of Gua Sha extend far deeper. So it's really excellent for lymphatic drainage, for addressing stagnant energy all over the body, especially like in the neck, the shoulders, and chest, which all of us are dealing with right now with from working from home every
Oh,
day. For promoting blood flow, soothing headaches, as I mentioned, TMJ, jaw tension, reducing inflammation like acne or eczema, psoriasis, shortening acute illnesses like colds and flus. Actually, a couple of years ago, I got a really bad flu, and I went to my local acupuncturist to get body gua sha, and he just used this. I think he used a spoon actually. So you could also use like a ceramic spoon on for body gua sha, and he used sweet almond oil and this gua sha tool, and literally within a couple of days, my flu symptoms were gone. So I only had the flu for
oh my
only
God.
5 days, and normally when I would get the flu, I would have it for at least 2 weeks. So it really, gua sha is amazing for so many things,
Oh my
and
God.
of course for the face, it's good for reducing puffiness, redness, for sculpting the face, contouring, for jawline, like kind of contouring the jawline, the cheekbones, smoothing out wrinkles and fine lines, and just decreasing inflammation, and just kind of and giving your skin a glow. And these are effects you can see and feel immediately. So if you do, so we always start with one side of the face, and you can compare the two, and you'll see like a huge difference from the side that you did gua sha and the side you didn't. And even for me, like I wake up from with pretty bad puffiness in the morning, especially depending on what I ate the night before. If I ate a lot of salt or if I had alcohol, like my face is puffy, and I'll do gua sha
Yes.
in the morning and I see a huge difference.
Okay, I'm sold. All of those benefits sound good to me. So I am like ready to go.
So, as I mentioned, you can do gua sha up to twice a day on your face. And in the morning, there's different benefits to doing it in the morning versus the evening. Morning, it's good for puffiness in the cheeks and under the eyes. It helps to wake up your skin because you are stimulating circulation. And the evening, it promotes relaxation and better sleep and helps you slow down in the evening. I personally like to do it in the evening just because my days are so busy, and it's a good way for me to break up my day, like telling my brain like it's a sleepy time. And so a few tips to keep in mind before you do gua sha is to always start with a clean face. And also before doing gua sha, you want to make sure to prep your skin with an emollient oil, like a face oil or a balm, like our face oil that we created for this gua sha ritual. And then, or you could use like a pure organic sunflower oil or sweet almond oil. And then so you want to make sure that the oil has a perfect slippery silky texture and it doesn't absorb too quickly, because we often get this question like, can I use this with any kind of face oil? And the answer is no, because if it absorbs too quickly, then you're basically going to be tugging your skin, and you want to make sure that the tool glides easily onto your skin.
Okay.
And you always
Wow.
want to keep the stone as flat as possible when you're doing it on your face, like whole demo on my arm. So you want to keep it at like a 15-degree angle when you're like gliding up the tool. And this also prevents unnecessary friction, because I often see other people on like YouTube or TikTok and whatnot, and they're holding it at like a 90-degree angle like this, and that's a no-no because
What I'm learning right now is that I've been 100% doing it wrong my whole life. So this is wonderful to learn. I've definitely been doing like a 90-degree angle, like taking the thing and going just at my face and then booping. Lynn, I do have some sweet almond oil here with me. How much should I put on? Like, is it trying to get like a saturated like layer?
yeah, saturated. So I would do like 6 drops.
Okay, so I'm going to take this and do a few drops just in my hand and put this on. And I did wash my face this morning just with like a gentle cleanser.
Yeah, and put some on your neck as well, because we start with the neck. And then
And I
another few things you want to keep in mind also, if you have an active acne breakout, you should, if you have active acne breakout on your face, you want to skip doing gua sha on your face and just focus on the chest and neck, which helps to increase circulation and therefore decrease inflammation. Because if you are doing gua sha on a breakout, you're potentially spreading the bacteria onto other parts of your face, which could cause more breakouts. And then
okay.
and then you always want to do slow strokes on the neck and face too. So the technique versus face gua sha versus body gua sha is quite different, because on your body the skin is thicker, it's not as delicate, and you can do really short quick strokes. But on the face you always want to make sure to do it in slow strokes, and also the slow strokes help you relax too.
Okay. Okay, good to know. I'm glad you pointed that out because I do have on this side of my face a healing little acne bit. So this is going to be like my control side,
Yeah.
and this will be my test side for today.
Okay. So actually we'll start with the chest, because you always want to start at the chest and neck, because that's where your lymphatic vessels are, and they need to be opened up first before you can move up to your to the neck and face. It also creates a clear path for fluids in your face to drain. So apply some of the oil onto your chest.
Okay. And I know, Lynn, you said like we always want to start with a clean face.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything I need to do to prep my tool? Like, should I be cleaning that between each like session or
Yeah,
does
after you
it go
finish doing
well?
gua sha, you should always clean it with just soap and water, and then lay the tool flat to dry on a towel.
Okay. Okay. So I've got my clean,
Yeah.
never before used tool.
So for those who have like a flat edge, you would take the flat edge, and for you, you would take the ridges, and then
Oh.
just put the tool, yeah, vertically, and then like right where your the center of your chest, and then pull outwards. You could do
Ooh.
5 to 10 strokes. So this is helping to move toxins out. And this also is so good for releasing tension in the chest, because we all are holding so much tension in the chest from sitting at a desk all day. And so this just feels really good.
And I'm so guilty of being a belly sleeper. I'm trying to become a back sleeper. So when I wake up in the morning, which I have done today, my chest is very tight from having slept like this, like a little gremlin.
Yeah, then you could wake up and do this first thing in the morning. You look so relaxed.
Yeah, I'm like a little like one of those babies who gets a baby facial. Yeah, I mean, this is very relaxing. I'm so curious, Lynn, too, because you said um that this has like really ancient origins in China. Was it originally something that people did like on themselves? Because I think in like the Western world, I really think of this as like a spa treatment that like in recent years people have come to do for themselves. And I know with Pink Moon, it's like very much a ritual of self-care, but has this always been that way?
I'm not quite sure actually. I think it was both. Like people did it as like treatment and on themselves. Because I know in family, like when it's passed down in traditions, like I know people who grew up with like, when they were like a little kid and when they had a cold, their grandma or their mom would do gua sha on their back. And so it probably was more of like someone else did it on you, but I'm sure there are people who also did it on themselves, because it is easy to do it on yourself. I mean, for
Yeah.
back, obviously not so much, not so easy, but like on like, from your face to, the front of your body, at least it's easy.
Yes. Wow. Okay, cool.
Yeah. Then, so next we'll go to the neck. So move your hair aside, and then you'll start right at the base of your neck and move the tool, same with the your ridge side, and then just move up to the jawline. We'll do 5 strokes.
Ooh. That's good.
Then you'll go to the center of your neck and same thing up to the jawline. So for starting with the gua sha, you do upward motion. That's to work and lift the muscles. And then downward is for lymphatic drainage.
Oh, okay. And I feel like there's kind of like this perception, at least among my mom and my grandma, that you should never be rubbing down because it'll age you.
Yeah.
But it sounds like that's not really true. We can like
Well,
move
on your
down.
face will always be upward motion unless
Okay.
you're doing like down, like I'll show you a technique where you start from your temple down, like because down to like your neck and shoulder, that's for lymphatic drainage. But you never
Okay.
want to pull downwards like on your cheek or like on your
Yeah.
forehead.
Okay. So we want like facial tightness, we're going up. But when we're doing specific lymphatic drainage,
Yeah.
we're helping things drain away.
Mhm.
Okay, great.
Yeah. So
Okay.
next you would take the bottom of your ridge and then place that in the center of your chin. And then hold your use your other hand to hold your chin for stability. So you always, when you're doing gua sha on your face, you always want to use your other hand for stability. So that also helps prevent unnecessary tugging on your skin. So you start at the center of your chin and then just glide the tool upwards to your earlobe.
Mm.
Keep the tool as flat as possible. And if you feel any crunchiness along the jawline, that just means there's a lot of jaw tension. And the crunchiness is fine. You could just kind of like press a little bit harder on where you feel the crunchiness, or you could like keep going over that section a couple more times. And then sometimes I also like to end with a little wiggle at the end, especially if I do feel a lot of tension in my jaw, and this little wiggle just feels amazing.
Yeah. I will say because of mask season,
Mhm.
I've been smizing so hard because people can only see
Yeah.
this. And so every time I want to tell them I'm nice, I'm going, so
Yeah.
on underneath, I'm really going, and
Yeah.
this is getting tired.
Mhm.
So the gua sha is like so
Yeah.
key for right now.
Yeah. And then you
Wow.
always want to make sure to do light to medium pressure on the face as well. Like for the body, regardless of the like neck down, harder pressure is fine, but face and neck always light to medium.
Okay.
Then next, place the tool at the corner of your mouth and then hold your chin and then just pull the tool upwards to your earlobe again. So this technique is pretty much because you're like right under your cheekbone, you're like sculpting this area. And also
Mm.
this technique also helps with jaw tension.
I can really feel the tool, like now that I've been rubbing it against my face for a little while, I can feel it's like a little warm.
Mm-hmm.
It's holding my heat.
Yeah.
I'm doing a little wiggle there too.
And then next,
Ooh.
you place this right on the cheekbone, along the cheekbone, and then start the corner of your nose and then pull it upwards to your temple. This
Okay.
also helps to sculpt the cheekbone.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Here she comes. Here
Mhm.
comes my cheek. Oh my gosh. I think I never knew also to kind of have like a counterbalance moment on holding.
Mm-hmm. And then do a wiggle at the end. This acupressure point right here is good for headaches at the end.
Yeah.
So you can even take the tool like throughout the day if you just kind of like feel tired, feel sluggish, or you're having a headache or you feel nauseous. You could just take the tool and just like massage, use it, use the curved end to massage this point.
Yes. And it's so good because I am such a fan of touching my face, which is not good because I'm putting like my oils and all of the things I've been touching onto my face. But this, especially since it's like rose quartz and it's a little tool of all of my self-love, like a little
Yeah.
lightning rod, it's a much better thing to just be touching my
Mhm.
face with throughout the
Yeah,
day.
definitely. The next we'll do under the eye contour. So to do like feather light pressure, hold the tool as close to the other edge as possible, and then hold your nose and then place it as flat as possible and just like do really quick light flicks out. So this is really good for puffiness.
Oh yeah. It's
Good
like
for
a little
allergies too. Because I've been having like this is like the worst allergy season for me.
Yes. Well, I live in Manhattan too, and so I feel like everything has just been growing well
Yeah.
because people weren't like there weren't as many people. Nature's healing, so that means we have allergies.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, yes.
And then next we'll take the tool and place it in the center of your forehead and then hold your forehead with your other hand and then just pull outwards.
And this one is a medium pressure moment.
Mm-hmm. You could do it this way or you could do it upwards too, like from the brow bone up. I usually
I
do this.
love that this is something that people do when they're young too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we've actually had a good amount of like Gen Z customers buying our Gua Shua tool. Like we even had this one woman emailed and said, I'm buying this for my daughter who's turning 16 as her birthday present. I was like, oh my God, like this girl's already starting Gua Shua at 15.
Well, I mean, I think if I had learned to self-soothe at a younger
Mhm.
age,
Yeah.
would have saved a lot of money on therapy.
Yeah.
So
Same here.
I'm
I would
all for
agree.
it. I am all for it. I mean, and I think it's so true. It's a ritual, you know, it's not really just, I mean, having beautiful skin is wonderful, but it's also a moment to start the day and to end the
Yeah.
day, which I love. Like I definitely like in this highly stimulating world have
Yeah.
to tell myself like it's time to think less, to shut down. And I love like, you know, at the end of the day, just
Yeah.
a little that.
So I'm
And
going
it's so
to
pretty. Like
yeah.
I'm like this is like a face accessory.
Yeah, I can
Very
see
cute.
this side, the side that you just did Gua Sha on, it's less puffy.
Yeah. I really, you know, I wanted to make sure I was going to be good for you today, Lynn. So I made sure to wake up with a puffy face. I
So show
definitely feel
you,
like this side of my face feels more relaxed and like, you know, it's like gets the blood flowing and I feel like there's like more motion over here, whereas like this side is kind of like still stagnant a little, like it
yeah,
needs to wake up.
yeah. So I'll show you some techniques for like sinus congestion and headaches. So for sinus, you just take the long or the point, one of the pointed ends, yeah, that one, and place it right at the corner of your mouth, your nose, and then just like rub it in circles.
Mm.
So this like you'll like feel how it clears your sinus like immediately. Like I was doing this like literally twice a day the past few weeks because my allergies were just so bad. And so I was just like doing this like even sitting on my computer.
You know, I love that. And I'm going to, maybe I'll get a little gua sha tool for my friend because she lives near me in Chelsea. And she was saying like every day she has to wake up and do eye drops, a pill, and the nose spray. And I'm like, it's kind of a lot for a daily routine.
Yeah.
I'm going to definitely do this other side here because I just can tell already that I'm like breathing better from that. Whew. Yeah, wow.
And then the other point is like right under the cheekbone too. So like right here, this is another point for sinus congestion. You just rub it in circles. Yeah, usually for me, like I don't really like to take over the counter medicine. So when I think like, okay, I have this like allergies, I don't want to take Zyrtec or like, you know, those over the counter things. I just take my Gua Sha tool and I'll like ask my TCM friends, what can I do for my allergies?
Yeah.
And
I
like
know we're so
acupuncture.
ready to just like pump ourselves full of stuff, which can be very helpful, especially in an acute situation. But if it's like I know all summer or all spring I'm gonna be dealing with this, it's like maybe let's find a more natural option.
Mhm. And acupuncture too is like a great solution for so many things. Like acupuncture is like the first thing I think of, like, oh, if I'm having like some kind of like tension in my wrist, like I'll do gua sha, but then the next thing is like I need acupuncture because acupuncture is more long term. solution, or if I'm like having really bad digestion issues, which you can target with Gua Shua too, but acupuncture is more of like the long term. Like you'll do 12 sessions or something, and the digestion issues are gone.
Wow. I love that. I noticed my like health insurance is covering acupuncture, which I'd love to see like we're embracing the Eastern medicine techniques as very helpful. Okay, looking
for headaches, one of the techniques is to place the tool right between, so take your two ridges, place it right between your brow. Yeah. And just hold it there for a couple seconds and close your eyes and take a deep breath in. And then take the tool off and breathe out. So you would do that a couple times, like up to 5 times. And you could also do it, place it on your brow bone too, like either side. So if your headache is concentrated towards the right side of your face, then you would take it to like your right brow bone and do the same thing. So hold it there for a couple of seconds and then take it off and take it back on and off like for 5 times.
Yeah. I think this is good for all of us like expressive people who are really using our brows.
Mm-hmm. And you could also take it up here. So place the tool, and then just pull, like glide it upwards.
Oh yeah, that's really nice. Yeah, that's like, okay, gravity, hold your horses, because this is like really bringing all this like oxygen and blood up.
Yeah, helps to move all the energy, all the stagnant energy there.
That's a gorgeous moment. Ooh, I love that.
And then so for lymphatic drainage, you could start at the temple and then just kind of glide the tool downwards.
Should I use my ridgy section for this too?
Yeah, use the rigid section. But when you're doing it on your face, do it a little bit lighter pressure. And then when you go down to your neck, then you can put a little bit harder pressure. And just pull it out your shoulder. So when you're doing this, you're moving all the toxins out of your body.
So I'm doing it lightly on my face, then I'm really yeah, my neck, man. You know, they say your head is like a bowling ball attached to your body, and I spend half the day like this looking at my phone. So
yeah, there's a place on the back of your neck. It's hard to show it on video, but you could take your ridge to the 2 ridges and place it right at the base of your neck, and then pull downwards.
Ooh, that looks good.
Really good for like all of us who are just looking down our phone all the time. You just pull it down. And that's really good for tech neck.
Tech neck. Yeah. Ooh, I'm lymphatic draining here. Ooh, yeah. It's so nice. I'm like, this tiny little tool is coming with me everywhere now. And I like just holding it. It's kind of like a rubbing stone almost. Like it's just very pretty and fits like perfectly in the palm of my hand.
Yeah. So those ridges are so good for back. Like if you want to do like a back massage on yourself, you could do it like on like out. So you always want to do like kind of outward motion. So say this is your back, and you would just do it like out quick strokes outwards. You can do that on your shoulders too, your neck.
I'm definitely thinking like, because this is my mouse hand and my typing hand that I'm like feeling like probably like right here.
Yeah, I'll show you a technique. So when you're doing it on your I'll show you a technique for like wrist tension and arm. So put some oil onto your arm, hand and arm.
Ooh.
So make sure, do you put your laptop on like a slanted platform or anything?
I try to keep it flat. Should I do
Yeah,
it?
definitely get like a slanted, like angled platform where it's like 45-degree angle. That will really help with your wrist because I was having like really bad wrist tension. And I looked up a couple things to do, and I got this like steel like platform that you can change the angle with this like thing that's attached to it, and you just like change the angle to 15 degrees to like 45 degrees. That'll definitely
Wow.
help with wrist.
Okay. Yeah, because I'm, tip tap typing all day, so gotta have something in there to make it adapted to me.
Mhm.
Okay, I'm oiled up. I'm like a little rotisserie chicken, ready to go.
So take the ridge and place your thumb right between the ridge, and then just pull downwards to your inner elbow.
Oh yeah, there it is.
Does it
I
hurt?
don't know if I'm just like a sadist, but like I'm like on the body that you can be kind of like hard because I have to be like soft on my face, so I'm not like, the Terminator with my flesh hanging off. But on my body, I'm like, okay, let's go in here. Let's get deep. I've got the Shaw.
Yeah, so if you feel any crunchiness, that's just the energy that's stuck there. So you could just do that area a couple times more.
Wow. Yeah, I definitely have some like little crunchy bits.
Mm-hmm.
That is good.
Yeah, so on the body, you can do up to 10 strokes.
Okay, so we're doing like 5 on the face,
Yeah,
but
3 to 5.
3 to 5. Okay.
Mhm.
That's good to know because I kind of would overdo it, if I didn't have a limit. This is good though. I need to count. It's like a little meditation to count your breaths.
Yes.
Instead, you're counting your
Mhm.
strokes.
Yeah, and I usually like to end my Gua Shua ritual with a scalp massage, like just using my fingers, because there's just so many acupressure points in the scalp, and it just feels really relaxing.
That's like one thing, like especially with like the boys in my life is like I feel like a lot of women, especially who have like long hair and have to wear ponytails, like just spend time like massage, like touching our scalps. But a
Mhm.
lot of men don't do it as much, and it's like we need to just literally touch ourselves and give self-care.
Mhm.
Hmm. And now I probably have a nice little bit of sweet almond oil left over and massaging my roots. So
Yeah, and you can keep it on. So with after doing Gua Sha, you don't have to wash it off or anything.
okay,
Yeah.
good. And so then after my ritual, I would go just wash this puppy off with just some soap and water, get it
Mhm.
clean and ready for next time.
Yeah. And it also helps to remove all the oil too, because we've had some people like drop their gua sha tool because of how oily it is, because it is slippery. So that's another thing to always make sure to wash it after, because it does get slippery and it can easily slip out of your hand and then shatter since it's 100% crystal.
We don't want this crystal puppy shattering. Ooh. And I know that I've seen them in different materials. Like we love a rose quartz. Like, is that what we should look for?
Well, I prefer rose quartz because of the benefits of it, but yeah, it does come in various stones from jade to I've seen steel. There's um, amethyst and opal and obsidian, black obsidian. So yeah, there's all kinds of different stones in it, but I prefer rose quartz because it is more gentle. Like the black obsidian is better for body gua sha. I've seen some brands launch it, actually non-Asian owned brands launch black obsidian gua sha tools for the face. And from what I learned from my TCM friends, they all told me that black obsidian is too could be too much for the face because it is a really heavy stone.
Mm-mm, okay,
Not
so
black obsidian, sorry, bien stone.
Oh, okay.
This is
So
black.
we are team rose quartz. It's dynamic. We can go for the face or do a little body moment.
Yeah.
Love it. I'm so happy to have this as part of my new ritual.
Some people, well, the Western medicine is starting to accept it more, as you know, as Sasha said, that her health insurance covers acupuncture, and I've seen that too. Like, my previous health insurance plan also covered or 50% of acupuncture, and so a lot of Western doctors are now seeing like, wow, TCM is, you know, it's a, I mean, it's been around for over 4,000 years, and why would it exist so long if it wasn't effective? So, it is, you know, such a, in Asian households too, it's such a, you know, it's a normal part of your life. And so, and with Gua Sha tools, I think, well, I know TikTok has been blowing up Gua Sha, but people, I know the Gen Zers, they love that crystal aspect. I know Gen Zs, they love, you know, crystals and astrology, and so, you know, Gua Sha tool is another way to love yourself and incorporate that into your daily ritual, your daily crystal ritual, and you know, and so, and my TCM friend, so I've always been taught that Gua Sha is best learned from a TCM practitioner first, because in case you're, you know, you're pregnant or you have some sort of, you know, condition, it's, there's certain points like acupressure points on your body that you should not do Gua Sha over, or it can affect, you know, potentially cause a miscarriage, or, you know, make your condition worse. And so that's the main thing, learning it from a TCM practitioner first, or to learn like the full techniques at least from a TCM practitioner.
Yes, and I think like to your point, we should really honor that origin of the practice and understand like the holistic nature of it. I've seen it very much like as a like this is a skincare trend or like the latest skincare, which is the opposite. It's an ancient ritual of self-care. It's
Yeah.
not a recent skincare trend. So I think learning it from the source, and like today I learned so many things that I was basically doing it wrong in ways that could be harmful to my skin, my well-being. So I definitely will make sure that I'm getting my TCM knowledge from a TCM practitioner.
Yeah. And I think another reason is because of all the recent hate crimes, and people are, you know, with the cultural appropriation topic being, you know, such a big topic right now. And I think people are learning like, oh wow, this tool that I've been using, this Gua Sha tool, is this tool is called Gua Sha tool, because I've seen some brands call it sculpting tool. They don't even mention anything about TCM or the origins. They just call it sculpting tool. And now because of the cultural appropriation topic, like people are learning, oh, this is actually a Gua Sha tool, and it originates from China, and it has these TCM origins. I think that's why it's TCM's also becoming like a bigger topic now.
Beautiful. Great. Thanks for answering that. All right. Anything else, Sasha?
I don't think so.
Can you show us your nails really quickly?
Yes, I thank you. I do have one little question, which is, I know you mentioned like it's naturally cool. Like, do people ever, can you put it in like the fridge if you want?
You can, but it's best to keep it just like room temperature, because
Room
it is already cool, like when you take it out of your medicine cabinet or however you store it. And and it's actually good to use it also when it's warm, because that warmth helps to move the circulation.
Yeah, it stimulates it rather than like
Yeah, so you
shrink.
can even like put it in like a glass of hot water or a mug of hot water, and because it does retain heat, so you can place it in a mug of hot water and it stays warm.
Oh my God. Okay, I love it.
Especially in the
Thanks
winter.
for tuning in to Heal Week with Smudge Wellness. For more healing content, don't forget to subscribe and like this video. If you give Gua Sha a try, or if it's already part of your wellness ritual, leave a comment below. What's your favorite part? What did you learn today? And we will see you soon.